what's good, Commanders fans? We finally got Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks is something that I've been asking about since I started my YouTube channel. Like, I think it was that Jay Gruden season where we could have been on there. They didn't choose us. And then we had another opportunity with Ron Rivera. They didn't choose us again. And now, look, we're a winning team. We're a likable team. We're America's team, according to Josh Harris's wife. We have a quarterback who is super duper marketable, who has a Nike deal, doing Nike commercials, brand deals, all kinds of stuff. Dan Quinn, Adam Peters, Josh Harris. We have a likable owner now. We are, like I said, we just went to the NFC Championship game. We have a new stadium on the way. We have the draft on the way. So a lot of good things coming, a lot of good things on the way. Just a lot of good things that are happening right now for the Washington Commanders. So, of course, this is just another feather in our cap here with Hard Knocks. Some people don't like Hard Knocks, but it comes with it. Like every division has to do Hard Knocks every 8 years, so there's no choice. Last year, the AFC North with the Ravens and the Steelers, the Browns, and the Bengals were in it last year. And keep in mind, so the in-season Hard Knocks, it does not start until December. And guess what our schedule is in December, guys? So everybody's like, "Oh, why are we playing the Eagles so late in the season?" I wasn't the biggest fan of us playing them so late in the season either, because of the whole rivalry that we have with them now, with their fan base. Like, we've always hated the Eagles, but now it's like the hate has been the highest of hate. Especially if you look on Twitter, like there's never a day that goes by without Commanders versus Eagles interaction, or they type out 55-23 or something like that under our, like, we can just be talking about our own team and not even thinking about the Eagles, and they come out of nowhere just talking about us, commenting under our posts and stuff like that. Same thing with the Bears. But we play the Eagles on December 20th, a Saturday game, and then we play them again the last game of the season. So that Saturday game is going to be featured on that in-season Hard Knocks. Most likely it will start right before the Vikings game, because we play the Vikings on December 7th. So remember, the last 4 games of the season are the Giants, Eagles, Cowboys, Eagles again, and we're going to be fighting for a playoff spot, potentially the first seed, potentially fighting for a bye, potentially fighting to win the division. We know there typically is not a repeat division winner, so most likely those last 4 games are going to be competing for the NFC East crown. And the Giants, they're a part of the division, so they got to be in there. They most likely won't win a lot of games, but they're still going to be competitive with Abdul Carter, Dexter Lawrence, Thibodeau, Brian Burns, Tyrone Tracy, Malik Neighbors, Wan'Dale Robinson. Like, I like some of the pieces they have. Darius Slayton's not a bad wide receiver 3. So they have some good. Even Theo Johnson had put up a couple of decent games. Cam Scatterbo, but they just don't have a quarterback. Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and Jackson Dart. So they're still going to be competitive. They're going to go like 4-13 or 3-14, but they're still going to be competitive and fight. But of course, you got to have the America's team and the Cowboys, and then the Eagles just won the Super Bowl. And they're always going to be relevant anyway. The Eagles and the Cowboys and us are going to be relevant for the next probably foreseeable future for sure. And the NFC East is just always relevant for the foreseeable future, with just the rich history of the NFC East. So this is going to be fun, man. Like I said, they've never picked us ever. Like, we've always been on the wrong side of it, like D'Angelo Hall tearing his Achilles against DeAndre Hopkins, or I'm trying to think, we were featured last year on the in-season Hard Knocks with the Dolphins when they cooked us, where they were celebrating and whatnot, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and the other guys. But we're never put in the positive light on there. Now, the Giants were on there for a very negative light for letting Saquon Barkley go. So there's not going to be any foolishness like that on our side. But it's just going to be like, following Jaden Daniels around, Frankie Louvu, probably Tress Way since he's a character, Jeremy Reeves, Terry McLaurin, guys like that. Probably Bobby Wagner with, maybe this might be the last hurrah for him. Zach Ertz, this could be the last hurrah for him as an NFL player. They both could retire this year. And so there's some storylines. Cliff Kingsbury, too, is always an interesting guy and whatnot. They may not give a lot to Hard Knocks, but it's not like the training camp one. This one is actually during the season, and it's going to show the behind the scenes of the games and some of the mic'd up maybe here and there that we all love and enjoy to watch. So that's going to be cool. Dan Quinn, obviously, maybe even Jaden Daniels' mom, they might do something on her and have her talk or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, if they give her like a little 5-minute special on the show or something like that. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. Like I said, we're gonna be super, super, super competitive. So, and this thing too, like, I think Street Scorers likes to say that the refs are going to be on our side now. Now, this is how I know we're going to have a good season because we have so many standalone games, so many primetime games. They're not going to let us be a bad team. And like I said, the NBA is rigged. The NFL is rigged a little bit sometimes too, but like they want marquee matchups. And that's how I know we're going to be a really, really good team again this year because we have 8 standalone games. We have hard knocks. So they want us to be competitive at the end of the season. They really, really want Jaden to be one of the faces of the NFL, just like Pat Mahomes and all those guys, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. They really are pushing Jaden to be that face. So we're going to have another good season. We're just featured, and they know we're marketable. It's about time that the nation's capital gets media and gets a big spotlight. Like, they've been losing a lot of money without having to show a high-rise helicopter view or airplane view of a nice stadium that's going to be there in 2030. Show the Capitol, show the monument, the National Mall, the Abraham Lincoln statue, and all that stuff, man. The MLK. But yeah, this is going to be great, man. I'm going to enjoy watching this, man. We'll be doing some watch parties, reaction parties to it. And it is, of course, everybody knows it's going to be on HBO. So this is going to be a lot of fun, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know some people are negative and don't want it, but you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. But it's going to be fun to go behind the scenes and see everything. Like, we love seeing Terry do the pregame speeches, Frankie Louvu, do his Ric Flair and stuff like that. All that stuff's going to be really, really, really cool and really, really fun to see. All right, so let's talk about Terry McLaurin here. Jordan Schultz tweeted out that he was not at voluntary workouts. And that probably is because he wants to get his contract extension. Now, you look at the contract extensions that came out today. Not today, but the last couple of days. Fred Warner got a contract extension. Brock Purdy got a contract extension. Trying to think who else got a contract extension, but a couple of players got contract extensions throughout the league. And Terry McLaurin's looking around like, hey, what's going on? Where's my money at? You know, so right now, you look at the money right now. You look at the receivers. Right now, Jamar Chase is the highest paid guy with $40 million per year. Justin Jefferson with $35 million. CeeDee Lamb with $34 million per year. DK Metcalf with $32 million. I think Terry's better than DK Metcalf. I think he had a better season. Let's not think he had a better season last year than DK Metcalf. But DK Metcalf is younger. AJ Brown, $32 million per year. Amon-Ra St. Brown, $30 million per year. Tyreek Hill, $30 million per year. Brandon Ayuk. Terry's better than Brandon Ayuk. $30 million per year for Brandon Ayuk. T. Higgins is getting $28 million per year. Jalen Waddle, I think Terry is better than Jalen Waddle as well. $28 million per year. DJ Moore, I like DJ Moore a lot when he has good quarterback play. I still would take Terry over DJ Moore, but DJ Moore is a darn good player. $27 million per year. Devontae Smith from the Eagles, $25 million. Nico Collins, $24 million. Debo, $23 million. Michael Pittman, $23 million. And Terry McLaurin currently is at $23 million. So I think you just really have to bump it up to $30 million per year for Terry. Even if he is 30 years old, I don't care. The guy, he's just a dog. You look at his shelf life, if you had to project, I think he still has like 4 or 5 very, very, very productive seasons. So if this is the last contract extension you give him, then that probably is a fair evaluation or a fair projection. When he turns 33, you see where he's at. If you want to do a 3-year contract extension or a 4-year contract extension, you see where he's at 34 and just go from there. But all he needed was a quarterback, and he's been doing this with mediocre quarterbacks or just bad quarterback play. The guy caught passes from Garrett Gilbert, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Sam Howell, Dwayne Haskins, rest in peace, Colt McCoy, right? Colt McCoy, Kyle Allen, Alex Smith on one leg, or 1.5 legs. So many quarterbacks. You can't even name all the quarterbacks. I'm forgetting Taylor Heineke. Yeah, shout out to Taylor Heineke. Heineke, so many quarterbacks he's caught the ball from. Did he play with Josh Johnson? I'm not sure if he played with Josh Johnson. I got to see if he played with Josh Johnson because he might actually play with Josh Johnson. That's just how many quarterbacks the guy's played, but it's just been insane. I think he did play with Josh Johnson. He might have played with Josh Johnson. Let me look this up real quick. Let me look this up real quick, then I'll probably wrap this up. But you guys get the point, man. He deserves his money, man. And this is not his first time doing that, where he sat out the in like OTAs or whatever it was. Like, he did that a couple years ago before he got the second contract. of his career, and you know, he deserves everything he gets, man. I'll just pull up some numbers and I'll wrap this up. I do want to see if he did play with Josh Johnson real quick. No, he did not play with Josh Johnson. He did not play with Josh Johnson. Okay, so he came after Josh Johnson. All right, but still, you guys get the point. So per PFF, Terry contested catch king. He was second in touchdowns last year. He broke the record for the franchise. Second in passer rating when targeted, 135.3. 15th in receptions with 82. 12th in receiving yards with 1,096. I mean, he gets 1,000 yards every year. So let's get this guy paid. 82.2 PFF grade, which is 19th out of 98 wide receivers. So he's top 20, top 10 in every category. I think he's a top 10 receiver in this league. He's a number one. You don't have to debate that anymore. Everybody was like, oh, is he a number one? He's clearly a number one, but that's not a debate anymore. So yeah, that's about it for me. And Terry, get this guy's money, 30 mil per year, 30 mil per year. That's what he deserves. He deserves it for sure. He deserves to be a top 5 paid receiver in the league right now. All right, Jess, as always, Health Commanders. Peace.